Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online X feed. So, on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. But also, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, that said, here we go. Yes, Caps ECs will be dropped. And of course, at the end, we'll give our conclusion. So, here on the X feed, so to all captains, we are aware that there are some issues with deleting newly created chat windows. Our communications officers and engineers are collaborating to fix this as quickly as possible for you. To be honest, I didn't know that was an issue, but there you go. There is the first thing, quick and easy. But this is going to be something we'll focus on in a bit. We'll just go over here over the other stuff, and then we'll leave this till last. But as you can see there is a stream being promoted by Star Trek Online, and of course that is our former community manager, Ambassador Kale. So Bordicus and Pundits will be on his stream, but that was postponed until tomorrow as the drop of this video for the 25th. Next up, hello Captain, Star Trek Online will have maintenance PC at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So as the recording of this video, the maintenance is still ongoing. And the estimated downtime is 2.5 hours. So my time will probably be around 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, but they say we apologize for the short notice and thank you for your patience. Now, there's that, but we're going to circle back to that picture that we saw because we think it has something to do with this. So this is what we're going to focus on in the rest of this video. So with Frontier Day celebrations behind us, Starfleet has begun field testing one of the ships attending the festivities. Captains will be able to admire it themselves soon, but our satellites managed to catch a glimpse of it already. Although I have to say our cameras aren't what they used to be, still we want to share it with you. So when I'm looking at it from this sort of distance, just here on the screen here, I think I know what it is. As you can see quite clearly, the impulse trails there. I see nacelles and a saucer. Now what helped me, actually, I'm not going to take all the credit. What helped me form this was a post on, of course, Stowe Reddit, because it was literally shown right there. Well, let's go to Stowe Reddit. So, right there. Now, I don't take credit for this. This is, of course, Cola Convoy. And, of course, shout out also to Olkin from my Discord. And actually, they did an outline as well as this, and also their guess on what it was. And, well, yeah, we think it definitely is this ship here, which is the Echelon from Star Trek Picard. Now, it says next lockbox ship leaked a bit early. Now, this is 6 hours ago. And the Echelon class, we kind of knew was coming. Now, if we look at it here, we know what the Echelon is. It literally is the Stargazer minus the bottom nacelles. That's literally it. So, I already have the Stargazer. And the Stargazer, well, is actually one of our strong recommendations for your yearly event campaign. Having said that, that ship already is a command. So you captains know I love my command ships. I'm pretty happy with it. Having said that as well, I actually like the 4 nacelle design. This 2 nacelle design, I feel like it's just so lazy. I'm sorry. Really, it is to me. And I almost would have wanted them to give me the option to remove the bottom nacelles on my Stargazer to create this, but of course they wouldn't have been able to make the extra money by selling this ship separately, of course. So my guess, this ship is probably going to be a more energy heavy ship, so either like a cruiser, most likely. I mean, I don't see them doing a 5-3 unless they really wanted to sell. It is probably going to be a 4-4, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, again, I much prefer the Stargazer design. Biased, of course, but again, that's because I like the 4 nacelle ship. So, I feel like this is going to be more of an energy ship, to be honest with you, Caps. I want to keep saying in my mind that this is kind of a lazy way to make another ship, but this is not new in the Star Trek sort of verse, right? Using ship parts, the same ship parts, to create quote unquote a different ship. I get case example, I guess the Galaxy versus the Nebula. They just rearranged a couple things, took out the neck, voila, put a pod on it. This time all they had to do was, well, just take out two nacelles at the bottom. But interesting that this is coming. We knew that this was going to come along eventually. Me personally, it'll be on the list. I'll say that right now. It will be on the list. Even if this ship is going to be like the next meta-breaking ship with its trade console, maybe even its layout and specialization, I probably will eventually get it. But in terms of looks between the two, Echelon and Stargazer, well, I'm going to give it to the Stargazer. But this is quite cool that they did this. Be nice if they kind of kept this up in terms of leaking and or previewing ships, keeping us guessing, trying to get the hype, especially with release ships. Now, again, it is an Infinity Lockbox release, according to this here, when you look at the picture there. Again, the end-game model, literally all they did was take out the nacelles, and there you go, Echelon. But it is going to be Infinity price. So with that said, Caps, of course, this ship you can get for free with your 2026 event campaign. So just keep that in mind, because when it comes to these promo ships, as much as they kind of try to get you with the get it now because it's the newest, hottest, greatest, if you wait, if you put time investment, and if you're patient, you can get any of these ships for free. Again, it is one a year, but still, it is something that you can get. So for me, again, personally, it's going to be on the list. I predict it's probably going to be, you know what, I'm going to predict it's going to be a 5-3. Probably, most likely going to be Intel. I'm going to say Intel, and if they put a command on it, I'd be happy. I'm not going to lie. Intel command, I'd be happy. Wouldn't be surprised if they go Intel Pilot, or I guess what they've been doing lately is like Intel Temporal or Temporal Intel. But primary, again, this is going to be meant for most likely energy builds. Now, having said that, they might start boosting FAW. Who knows with this ship, right? FAW also needs a little love. The last time I feel like FAW, Fire at Will, got some love, that was with the ERL console, the one that came with the XL2, which has the beam overload Fire at Will Symphony, which actually is one of my favorite consoles really to just use in general, because it definitely does give the Star Trek vibe. So thought we'd make this quick video in accordance to what we saw here, going over the latest. So Caps, I'd like to know what you think. Put it in the comments below what you think about the Echelon compared to the Stargazer. Maybe tell me your guess on what it's going to be in terms of its layout, specialization. Of course, hit the like button, and of course, if you're new here, well, consider subscribing to the YouTube bridge, and we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.